everybody, welcome to Ball Skills Lesson 2. Today we're looking at moving with the ball or travelling with the ball. Today I've got with me a rugby ball, we've got a football, a tennis ball. We've also got a tennis racket, but if you haven't got that, a frying pan will do fine. The only other thing you'll need is the space to work in, and I'm in the garden here, and a drink of water would be useful as well. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to press pause on the video so you can go and get the various things you need and then come back and we'll begin our warm-up. Okay, back with us then. We'll start our warm-up today. We're going to focus on a few things we did last week as part of our warm-up and add a few things in differently. The first thing we're going to do, I'm using a rugby ball for this. If you've got a football or a netball or a basketball, that's fine. We're going to start off with pitter-patter from our hand-to-eye coordination lesson. So, just moving the ball between your hands. Try and feel it nice and soft on your hands. And if we can then move up with that ball. And then back down. Again, just keep it moving between your hands. We'll go up one more time. And back down again. Well done. Okay, we're going to go to round our body now with the ball. So we're going to take it around our body. And again, as part of this, what I'm trying to do is move my hips forward and backwards, because it's part of a warm-up. And also my hips are actually getting warm as well and mobilising the joints. So around our body. We're going to move to figure of 8 now as well. Moving your hips backwards and forwards. And now we're going to go to figure of 8. We're going to take our legs wider apart and we're going to go in and round. If we struggle to do that completely, what we can do is put the ball down, roll it around our legs like that. And again, we can do that with a rugby ball or a football. So figure of 8s. Let's go. Our upper body is also rotating here and the shoulder joints are becoming more free and mobilised. We're going to take our legs together now. We're going to go round the lower part of our body like we did in last week's lesson. Try and get into a rhythm where we're passing that ball round. Now we're going to do something different from last week. We're going to try and go all the way around our body. So we're going to go around our feet, around our waist, around our head. Around our feet, around our waist, around our head. Around our feet, around our waist, around our head. One more time. Try that again. Feet, waist, head. Okay, well done. Putting the ball on the floor now, we're going to add a bit of movement into it with our feet. We're going to do some toe taps on top. This is a bit harder from a cardiovascular point of view. We'll feel our breathing rate and our pulse rate improving and increasing with this. Okay, so it's alternate feet, touching the ball on top. And what we want to do is go a bit quicker. So we're going to do this for a good 20 seconds. Five seconds left. Fantastic. We're going to tap the ball between our feet now, okay, trying to stay in the same place. Just lightly tapping the ball between our feet. If you have to go slower, that's okay, but if we can, because it's part of our warm-up, we want to increase a little bit of movement and jumping into it from foot to foot. Keep going. 5 seconds to go. Wonderful. Going to switch to the tennis ball for our final part of our warm-up. From last week, we're going to do throw, clap, catch. See how many claps we can do. 4 that time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fantastic. We're going to move and catch now, so we're going to stretch ourselves. So we're going to throw, move and catch. Change balls if you want to. Throw, move, catch. Go somewhere else. Throw, move, catch. Throw, move, catch. It can be lower if you want, as long as we're beginning to move ourselves and stretching for the catch. We get some high ones and we can jump. Five more catches. Okay, well done. Going to do some stretches now. With our stretches, it doesn't matter if we do dynamic stretches where we move, or static stretches where we're staying still. As long as we go from head to toe. So we're going to start off with arm rotations, 5 backwards, and then forwards. Fantastic. We do some twists now for upper body. Link your hands together, round to one side and hold for a couple of seconds, round to the other. Make sure you push your hands out in front first. Fantastic. Some side stretches now. One hand on your thigh, other hand over your head, and just pulse down towards your knee. So when your hand gets down towards your knee, you know you've got that stretch, and it's stretching down the side of our body. 2 more on this side, and change. Hand on the thigh, other hand over the head, pulsing down towards the knee. 2 more. Fantastic. Okay, we're looking down to our lower legs now, our lower body. Okay, we're going to start with a lunge. We're going to go to the side, one leg forward, both toes pointing forward, knee towards the ground, keep your chest and your head up. And back in, and we're holding it down there for a count of 3 or 4 seconds. Good. Last one on each leg, guys. Fantastic. And lastly, we're going to do cross kicks to all our hamstrings up. Opposite foot, opposite hand, kick through with a straight leg. Not too explosive, but my foot is going above my hips. My arm's there as a target, also as balance. 2 more on each leg. Last one. Okay guys, we're ready to go. Fantastic. First thing I'm going to use is my rugby ball. Again, doesn't matter if you haven't got a rugby ball, as long as you've got a ball that we can use, any ball will do. I've got 2 areas to run around, and I'm using, as you can see, recycling bins. It could be you've got some cones, great, it could be bottles, it could be shoes, as long as we've got 2 things to run around. First thing we're going to do is move with the ball in 2 hands. So we're imagining we are playing rugby, but if we haven't got a rugby ball, it doesn't matter. But we do want to move with the ball in 2 hands. We don't want to tuck it under 1 hand. Reason being, we can pass in rugby to either side if the ball is out in front of us. So all I'm going to do is, starting from 1 cone, bin, shoe, whatever it may be, is go around the other one and then back. Try and vary the way we go round the cone. So this time I'm going round to the left there, and then round to the right here. Coming back, I'm going to go round to the right this way, and then the left this way. Okay guys, what I want you to do is then try and challenge yourself by adding a few things in. On the way this time, I'm going to do 1 little throw and catch in the air. Same on the way back. Keep your eye on that ball, going just up in front of your head. Fantastic. That's challenge number 1. Challenge number 2. Can we do around our body as we're moving between our target areas? Drop that one. So there's 3 different challenges to try. Running straight between the areas, ball between 2 hands, vary the way you go round. Throw yourself a catch, challenge yourself to do that. Go around your body with the ball, try and do better than I just did. I want you to pause now, I want you to go and have 5 minutes practicing those different ways of moving as though we're playing rugby. Good luck. Welcome back everybody. We're now going to progress our rugby skills. The next one we're going to do is to practice scoring a try as well. This time what we're going to do is halfway in between our target areas, I'm going to place the ball down, go around the cone and pick it up on the way past. Halfway there, place the ball down, round the next target area, pick the ball up. Round again, place the ball down, round again, pick the ball up. What's important here is that I'm placing the ball down with pressure on top of it, A, so it stays in the same position, and B, so we score a try. When I pick the ball up, I keep my legs to the side, but go nice and close to the ball so my hands are free to pick it up. I'm not going to kick it as I'm trying to do that or fall over. Pause again, guys. Go and try that one, scoring a try. Good luck. Okay, welcome back, guys. We're going to move on now, and we're going to use our football or a basketball or a netball. We're going to travel with the ball by bouncing it like we would in basketball. So, this time I'm moving on to a hard standing area. So like you at home, you might just have a small amount of patio space in which we can do this. And the first thing we're going to do is move between the two target areas by bouncing the ball. And it may be that you have to use two hands to begin with if we're not experienced. So it may be we've got to bounce the ball and catch it again. As we move between the two target areas. And that's okay. But in basketball, as soon as we put two hands on the ball, we have to stop moving with it. We can pass, we can shoot, but we can't dribble anymore, we can't move with the ball. So a progression, can we move between the two target areas, but by not using two hands? And it may be you have to start using your dominant hand, the one you write with. For me, that's my right hand. You can see that the ball isn't going above my waist height, and you can't really hear me slapping the ball. I'm trying to push it using soft fingers towards the floor. I'm bending my knee slightly to help with my balance and my coordination. If you're really good at that, can you also use your non-dominant hand? And for me, that's my left one. I don't write with this hand. So I'm now starting to use both hands. If you have to stop at the end of each one and turn around and then move again using both hands, alternating, then that's fine. But if you can keep it going like I just did, then do that. Again, I want you to pause. I want you to go out and have a few minutes dribbling with the ball, basketball style. Good luck. Welcome back, everyone. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a zigzag into it. So I've got some bottles here. What I'm going to do now is place those bottles out on the floor like they're cones. If you have cones, that's even better. If you have shoes, that's fine. Maybe even just some rocks. Anything that's not going to be dangerous to you. What we're going to now look to do is zigzag in and out with the ball. You'll see now that I'm having to keep that ball a lot closer to me, a lot lower, and bend my legs a lot more. And I'm using a crossover technique from taking the ball from one side to the other. Again, if you have to stop and use both hands, then that's fine, like this. But try and get that crossover in. Wash again. Fantastic. I want you to go away this time and have a go at zigzagging. If you can, cross and keep going without using two hands for as long as possible, then great. Good luck. Go and have 3 minutes trying your zigzag and crossing over. Okay, everybody, well done. Welcome back. We're now going to move on to using a football. But we're going to use our feet this time. Again, if you haven't got a football, you've only got a basketball or a netball, that's fine, but we're just going to use our feet with it. Again, I've set out my two target areas on the grass, and this is a bit of a tricky one for me. because I'm on a slope. Hope you're not. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try moving the ball between the two areas using the sole of my foot to roll the ball. Move nice and slowly to begin with. So I'm using my left foot coming this way and my right foot coming back. Using the sole of the foot to roll the ball and then stop it as we get towards the end. When we're getting more confident, we can step it up in terms of how quickly we're looking to move. You'll find it easier on your dominant foot. Now for me, that's my left foot. So when I'm coming this way, I find it a lot easier than I do going this way. I have to concentrate a lot more. Have a go at that, rolling the ball using the side of your foot, the sole of your foot from side to side. Go and have 3 minutes practice, pause. Well done everybody. We're now going to move on to trying to move the ball backwards using the sole of our foot between our two target areas. It's important we know where the target area is there because we don't want to trip over it. So, I know that's going to take me about 3 or 4 rolls and I'll stop well before. I'm going to use the sole of my foot to drag the ball backwards and then move with it. Again, you'll notice my left foot, far easier for me to move the ball than my right. If you have to start slowly, that's absolutely fine. Try and only increase the speed when you're comfortable with what you do. You also don't have to do left foot, right foot all the time. We could just try with one foot only. Easy for me on my left foot, then I do it on my right. It's a lot harder. Pause, go and have 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. Try rolling the ball backwards using the sole of your foot. Good luck. Okay, how did you do? Welcome back. We're now going to try moving the ball using the front part, the outside, and the front part, the inside of our feet. And this time we're going to try going round our target areas. So I'm going to take you through it nice and slowly to begin with. Inside of my foot, outside of my right foot, inside of my left, inside of my right, inside of my right, inside of my right, outside of my left, inside of my right, inside of my left. So we're using those different parts of our feet to move the ball, manoeuvre the ball around the cone. Add a little bit faster speed to it once we get confident with how we're doing. Hopefully you're not struggling and balancing with a slope as well, but if you are, good luck. Try and use both feet if you can. You'll find it easier on your dominant foot and harder on your weaker foot. Try and vary the way we go around the cone. Pause, go and have 3 or 4 minutes practicing going around your target areas using inside and outside of your foot. Good luck. Okay, welcome back. Progression on now, just like in basketball. Gonna make it tricky for myself. I'm gonna add in some target areas in the middle, some cones, shoes, rocks, or in this case a bottle. Then we won't stand up, we'll just lie down. So, to start with, we might need to slow it down to get our technique right. Now we're going to combine techniques. So I might use the outside of my foot. I might then use the sole of my foot to drag the ball. Coming back the other way. I might use the sole of my foot. Whoops, missed that one. The sole of my foot and the inside of my foot. Then the outside of my foot, inside, sole. So we're combining what we're doing here. Again, start slow, increase the speed when you get more comfortable with the activity. Just 2 cones, 2 objects in the middle as a zigzag. Good luck, pause, go and have a practice at that, 3 or 4 minutes. Fabulous. Last part of today's lesson then guys, we're going to now use our tennis ball and our tennis racket or frying pan. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, taking out all our extra objects for now, we're just going to try moving around the space, balancing the ball on the racket. If we get comfortable with that, can we slightly bounce the ball on the racket? If we're really comfortable with that, can you go both sides of the racket? Just to show you, it works with the frying pan. Balance the ball in the frying pan. And bounce the ball in the frying pan as well. Pause, go and have a couple of minutes warm up, balancing the ball on the racket or the frying pan. Good luck. Next part now, guys, we're going to add a bit of movement into that again. Just like our rugby and our football, I've got two target areas. I've got my frying pan I'm going to try with first. I'm going to try and keep it going. Try again. Keep it going as I move around my target areas. If the ball stops or falls, don't worry. Go again. Quite hard with the frying pan. Makes a nice noise though. That's better. Try and vary the way we go around the target areas again. This time to the left. And this time to the left up here as well. Good luck. Pause. Go and have a go at that. Well done. Okay, final part of our activity today. Frying pan or tennis racket. We're going to do this time is going to add a zigzag in, add a target area in the middle, two bottles, and I'm going to lie down, and I'm going to try and increase my speed as I go this time. So we can try just balancing the ball on the racket and keeping it there. If you find that easy, I want you to try bouncing it. Fantastic. Well done, Mr. Chew. Not bad at all. Final progression, can I flip the side of the racket I'm using? Let's try it. Did it. Final pause, go and have a go at that. 3 or 4 minutes. Tennis racket or frying pan and ball. Come back and see me, tell me how you did. Okay everyone, well done. Hope you've enjoyed today's lesson on moving with the ball. We've used a rugby ball, 2 hands, ball in front. We've used a basketball or a netball or football. Don't slap the ball, try and push it gently towards the floor. No higher than your waist. Bend your knees to help with that movement and that agility. We've used a football. We've used the sole of our foot to move the ball to the side and backwards. We've used the inside and the outside of our foot to move the ball side to side when we're going in a straight direction. And finally, we've used a tennis ball or a frying pan to look at keeping the ball in the air and manipulating it from side to side under control. Hope you've done really well. Thank you very much for joining in, and we'll see you next week. Have fun.